What is up, guys? Saber Houdini here, and welcome on into a little bit of the IGN Fan Fest. Yes, this is kind of I think I have to do it like every year, or even every a couple of months, really. You know, it's a really cool indie initiative that IGN are doing, and pretty cool. I wanted to check out some of the games, some of the trailers. Hopefully you can hear that a little bit. Nice. I know IGN are not always in the greatest standing of people, but whenever they use their reach to help out a couple of indie games or games in general. Nice. So this is them showing off a little bit more of Hitman Devs, IO Interactive, the new James Bond game. Very nice. I know, like, they're not really technically indie, but I think they're doing their own thing now. They've moved away from Square Enix, right? You're all doing well. Nice. We've been playing a lot of games recently. It's nice to kick back and see some of the incredible work some of these devs are doing. Oh yes. Now, if you know me, I have become quite dissuaded with the AAA factory, and it's the only way of putting it, you know. A lot of publishers getting in the way, and a lot of hands changing, and executives that are not getting fired that should be. So that means that we get to rely on the ingenuity, the creativity, the passion of the indie devs, and they've really taken over the AA space. If you've been playing games as long as I have, back in the Xbox 360 days, even the PS2 days, we had these things we used to call like AA games, which you know, as a kid you didn't know the meaning of that, but basically it's you know, those mid-sized games, and basically, like, we didn't really mess with budgets or anything like that. We didn't know any of that stuff, so the AA, AAA stuff is all just publisher nonsense. Really, when it comes down to the player seeing value in a game, it's got to do with the quality, right? And a game that strikes you as indie has lost all of its actual old school meaning. To me, an indie game used to mean, like, you know, things like Braid and like pixel art Metroidvanias and that, and we have long since moved on from that. You know, there are massive projects out there. So yeah, this is Lenny Kravitz as the villain in the new James Bond. I'm excited for this one. I think this one also got pushed out a little bit, right? It's coming in May now. I mean, this is a no-brainer. I want to support the Hitman devs. They've done a great job. Pull them up from the bootstraps when Hitman should have been kind of non-profitable for them. They decided to rearrange everything. Good on them. Well, yeah, we'll have to see. I grew up playing a lot of great James Bond games. Obviously, everyone and their granny knows GoldenEye, you know. But do they know some of the lesser, you know, PS1, PS2 James Bond games? And my personal favorite was Everything or Nothing, which really stood as, even to this day, even Pierce Brosnan himself believes that it is like the 6th James Bond game movie, you know, so it was really cool. That one was worth it. You had like Maya in there, Heidi Klum, Shannon Elizabeth, my goodness, all the names. So yeah, of course, yeah, they got to do all this. The man with the golden gun, okay, very nice. So yeah, I'm really here for the indie stuff. Okay, they're going to show more Hitman stuff. Okay, good. Let's see. We can move on a little bit from that. I want to get to the games, baby.
Target is currently attending an Ether fundraiser at the estate
of
the parent company owner.
Let's see what we got here. Nice. Getting some Japanese love in there. That's great. We'll play a few games after this. Oh, multiplayer, mini player. Nice. This is some straight up Studio Ghibli stuff. Born a Witch. Oh sheets, oh sheets. That's cute. I'm probably blocking the subtitles. So. Whoa. Flying horse and carriage. Cool. Now this could be just an anime. It might not. Some of this Fan Fest stuff I've noticed, they're just showing off everything. They were showing off the Mortal Kombat movie. So it seems to be just one of those things where they curate the games and the movies and the anime and all the stuff. So who knows? Who knows? Streaming this kind of stuff has been very unusual lately, I won't lie to you. Nowadays they want you to co-op into streaming, whatever the hell that means. You know, even like the Game Awards and that. It's like, why? I mean, I was streaming beforehand. I think it's probably got to do with when you're a smaller streamer that don't really pay too much attention.
IGN Fan Fest 2026, the first of many amazing gaming and entertainment
Sponsored by, okay, now we're doing the ads.
Cover this year. In just a few months, we'll be holding another IGN Live, and then it's down to San Diego for Comic-Con, and then we're off to Germany for Gamescom, and
very busy.
Game.
But right now, it's time to check in on the gorgeous new fantasy action adventure games heading your way soon. Starting out with Ark Survival Ascended. Take a look.
I'm desperately trying to get through their ads, you know. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have ads on top of ads. Okay, so good old Ark. What the hell has been going on with Ark? I put a lot of hours into Ark, and the devs do not appreciate your time, but they do appreciate your money. So this Ark Ascended, it was this remake of Ark Survival Evolved, which then was supposed to be free for everybody who owned it. It was basically an Unreal Engine upgrade, and then they were like, uh-oh, we're tanking money everywhere, so they decided to charge people $50 for it and make all of the old servers obsolete. And, you know, as usual, just a horrendous thing to do. Well, we still don't know what's going on with Ark 2, so this must be a new map. This game has been held up completely by its fans making their own maps, and then for whatever reason they're allowed to just say, here you go, here's a free new map. It's like, that wasn't made by you. Oh god, not the bats. Anything but the bats. I've seen a little Spartan armor. It's all very Greek and Spartan inspired. Yeah, look at that. What's the map going to be called? Spot. Because I want to get back in this game. We spent thousands of hours with friends, and it's just one of those things. It's an insane time commitment. You see, now it's a bit loud, is it? You can't win. Oh, look at that Hydra. Cool. So they're going to take all the Greek pantheon monsters. That's great. Nice. Oh, we take the head off with a grow back. Very cool. What's it? So it's going to be something. It's called Astrios Mega Update. Alright, if you say so. Mega. Tears of Metal. Okay, here we go. So now we're getting into some fun. Look at the cell shading on this. Ruig Stone. Okay, so this is Celtic. Ruig means red. Nice, look at this. I like it. It's a bit like a Musa game, right? Like Dynasty Warriors and that. Hey, Inasek, how are you doing? Hello, Mr. Manduni. It's the Odyssey D-Make, right? Exactly. That was one of the best Assassin's Creed games, wasn't it? That was, believe it or not, it was actually a new map coming to Ark. Nice. So this is called Tears of Metal. Looks like a little Musa game. You see a lot of these games being huge lately. These kind of physics-based fighting games. How are you doing today? We're watching a bit of IGN Fan Fest. They're like mini, you know, showcases where they show off a lot of random stuff. Yes, games for sure, but definitely like anime and movies and stuff as well. So I don't know how much of that I can show, but I thought it'd be nice, you know. I was a little bit later to the stream today, and I was like, oh, why not? You know, we can play some games afterwards. We've been pretty knee deep in Tainted Grail this week. As we move closer, tomorrow will be the Marathon Server Slam. Oh, it's like the Hobbits with the Trolls. And then Friday we'll do a bit of Pokemon and some Resident Evil 9 as well. So that'll be quite a mix. This has got like, it's got an MMO written all over. But hope you're doing well today. Are getting enough of more live service? No, Jesus, no. Please, no more live service. I feel you absolutely on that one. The problem is the concept of live service. There's nothing wrong with it, really. It's just they're all copying each other instead of rewriting the rules a little bit, you know. That really is what comes down to it. I have nothing with the concept of a game that wants to live and breathe with its players, as long as, you know, they're going to have to take a little bit of money off you to keep going. I get that, but they're all using the rule book of Fortnite, and Fortnite's nearly 10 years old, and even it can't sustain its players very well. So it's time to rewrite the rule book. Ark has been around for, God, I'd say well over 10 years now at this point, but those guys they're a disaster. They're ironically called Wildcard, and they are a wildcard. We've lost thousands of hours to their nonsense. Basically, they're beholden to custom servers, and they finally kind of got in bed with them, I suppose, if you will. But now they only use one server supplier, so everyone else's servers are just dead, gone. I heard about this one, the Esoteric Ebb. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of games coming up that are trying to kind of push for that Disco Elysium. Okay, this one's literally D&D. Okay, cool. Love that art style. It's kind of comic book or ruin the campaign. Nice. I know a lot of people that would absolutely love this. So yeah, it's got, you see the way it's got a little bit of Disco Elysium structure. People forget that, but a lot of the conversational stuff in Disco Elysium was made with D&D in mind, with the dice rolling and stuff, you know. Play it right now. So yeah, see, the Steam Next Fest is happening. So the Fan Fest and the Steam Next Fest are, you know, working together with each other, obviously, right? That's very clever. All right, now we got now. See, that Ark trailer was so loud, and everything else is very low.
Not in real life.
What I've noticed about these fan fests and that is you need to go in with a fresh mind, you know. You know, if you're having a bad day, probably best not to look at too many trailers because you'll naturally spill out the negative energy. But if you go in with a fresh mind, you're going to see these games in varying states of development. Some of them very, very early, while others are almost finished, you know, nearly 1.0. But I like to watch these because you get to see a cheeky little bit behind the curtain of game development. Like, I'm just a gamer. What do I know about the trials and tribulations of actually game devs, right? They go through hell every day, just like me and you, and then they have to go and create a product that's not going to be crapped on by some YouTuber or streamer, right? I get that. It is very tough. Nice. This reminds me of that game. What was it called? It was sort of looked like Victorian London, but they were going through these portals and stuff.
You might prefer to craft some sturdy gear. The right equipment.
Must be hard to create a good trailer. You want a mix of allowing yourself to talk and explain the game, while also creating something really hype.
We pull no punches, but we give you all.
How about yourself? What are you playing these days? What are you into? What are you looking forward to? Always fun to see something creative. Absolutely, hell yes.
When you play an RPG, do you want to be
RPG? I like the little goo coming at him. Okay, this one's definitely kind of magic based. Interesting on the. I suppose I'm cutting off a little bit of it there. Interesting take on the menus. And, okay, let me move that while we're waiting. Outward 2? Okay, cool. I knew it looked a bit familiar. Have you ever played those games? I got Outcast and Outward mixed up a couple of times, I won't lie to you. It's so important, I think, for devs to get the name of their game right as well. It's like, I swear, we're all just simple people. We forget the names of things. So it's always good to get a good name going. This looks nice. Kind of unfamiliar to the Tainted Grail I'm playing right now. Third person. It's a little bit better. Oh, is it? No, it's not. It's cut off over here. Get loud. I don't know what way I set this up. All of these. What's wrong is all these fucking browsers keep changing their signs and stuff. Alright, cool. Damn. Nice. Does not fully represent the final game. Mistfall Hunter. Very cool. Was it more hack and slash? Was it more Souls-like? We don't know. Oh, Pearl Abyss. This could be Chrono Odyssey, or it could be Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert are doing a voice acting. Crimson Desert are doing a huge press event right now. Everyone getting to play it, and it really is living up to the hype. Uka. So the cool thing about Crimson Desert is we're also going to be able to play as multiple characters.
I suppose I never told you why I'm on the run, did I?
Alright, okay, cool. So this is the first time we get to see some of the story.
Down to earth, a fierce fighter,
Rebecca Hansen.
and headstrong.
Northern
She'll
Irish.
Stand up for what she believes in, regardless of who is telling her otherwise. I can
Believe it or not, Crimson Desert was going to be my game of the year last year. Even more than Claire Obscure, which I loved.
Like, channel that side of myself into her was an absolute joy.
Unka. Yes, he is.
What a voice.
I see him as a...
These guys have been doing everything right. The trailers have been great.
Has
Basically, this game started as a MMO. It was a sequel to Black Desert Online, if you know that. That's their last game. And they were like, you know, let's try something different. So they peeled it back a little bit and decided to make it fully single player. But they didn't lose any of those systems. So think of it as a single player game, Witcher 3, Tears of the Kingdom, but with all of that juicy content that's in an MMO. From the most random things, you know, from becoming a blacksmith to, I've seen horse racing in the game. And then in terms of like combat, it's a mix of Devil May Cry and honestly wrestling moves. I saw them, one move where he rolled over the enemy on his shield, picked him up, and threw him into the rest of the enemies like a bowling ball. It was amazing. And then in terms of what's going on in the world, like, it's wild. There's a bit where you can transform his cloak into a crow, fly across like that. You can ride around on a freaking dragon. There's a mech later on. There's these flying islands and flying machines that you can land on. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I don't choose my game of the years lightly. This could be my game of the year for this. Oh, look at that. That's interesting.
Show no mercy.
We got to see there, so it's a teleprompter they use. I always thought they would. So the old way was learning scripts, right? We don't do that anymore. The problem with a teleprompter, as you see there, it's a cheesy font, and how the hell are you supposed to know the emotion behind it, right? He's doing a great job. Yeah, how do you get the grunts right?
Some of my favorite moments
Alec Newman.
are when they just press record and let me try and
He looks like a Skarsgård.
the sound.
Please be good, yeah. What do you mean, Other World, Other Wilds? Right, exactly, Outer Worlds, Outer Wilds. They came out relatively close, right? Yeah, see, I always wondered about this. I actually would love to do voice acting. I don't think I'd do a good job because my accent is very thick. But, I'd love to do it. But imagine, like, being the guy who has to do all the weird grunts.
Calliope. So little. I've no interest in your story.
So yeah,
No denying.
you know, I'm not paid by Crimson Desert. It's just a game I've followed for a long time.
A man of few words.
So
You could be forgiven for
I
thinking.
bought into the hype a little bit. This is the first time we've seen anything got to do with the story, so I was very worried about that. I'm like, have you guys just made a giant world to mess around in, you know?
See him open out as a character a little bit.
Now, the character models, yeah, typical open world issue where main characters look great. The fucking NPCs look like they were bought out of Aldi. It's like, Jesus. Or Temu, I suppose. No, Aldi's good crack.
To just fit the combat in the game, which we'll maybe talk about in a minute, which is absolutely astonishing. I've never seen anything like it. And having done some combat with
Very excited for this one. It's one of those games that is actually hard to believe it's real, and many outlets have now come out with articles saying, you know, the proof is in the pudding, but I'm not believing all the hype. I think this is all this and that. But they're doing a press event now, so nice. March 19th. They shifted the date a good bit, but this is it. This is it. Nice. So it's next gen only and Steam. Ooh. Where winds meet. Oh, nice. So this is, speaking of live service, this is a Souls-like live service game. And let me tell you, it's no slouch. We played a couple of streams on it. It's pretty fun. But the nature of it, almost like an MMO with a Souls-like, you know, the nature of that is that the difficulty is all over the place. They want you to fight a lot of bosses with multiple people and world bosses and that, you know. But for what it is, it's pretty nice. It's nowhere near as responsive as something like Neo or Dark Souls because you're on a freaking server, right? So you're at the mercy of everybody in the server. But for what it is, you know, you can start it up and play it today for nothing. It was only a matter of time before someone did an MMO Souls-like. As you can see, though, it's quite based in Chinese mythos, so it's flashy and magic and wild stuff. Souls-like kind of is only the camera angle at this point. Nice. It clashes with the DS2 PC release, does it? Oh, how many people are going to be buying that on PC, though? I didn't know that. Must be a popular date. What's weird is, and people don't, I hate to say this because they're PlayStation fans, you know, but they showed that PC trailer for Death Stranding 2 at a PlayStation State of Play. The Hexa expansion, March 6th as well. They're all on top of each other. A lot of games got delayed out of March into April to avoid Crimson Desert, I swear to God. Alright, oh, here we go. Nice! Alright, so this is Second Stone. This is a really amazing, beautiful, colorful. Look at that. It just jumps off the screen. You want to play it. Look at this. Very nice.
Hey,
it's kind of a mix of Zelda and a little bit of Fable, right? And kind of Jak and Daxter. Does anyone get like Jak and Daxter vibes from this? Yes, please.
We're working on a new kind of action RPG called Second Stone. It's basically the game we've dreamt of playing for like, I don't know, 20 years or something.
Yeah, see, this is why I love indie devs.
All the vibes, all the spirit of the colorful games we remember playing as kids. Think of something as adventurous as Jak and Daxter maybe, but with swords, spells and rich RPG customization systems. We're honestly just trying to make the smoothest and most fun action RPG we can. So if you end up replaying the game just because you like how it feels,
nice, I like that platforming.
Good job.
The thing that makes Second Stone so special, at least for us, is that it feels like the classics we grew up with, but plays like a modern game. We try to draw inspiration from all the games we've played and loved throughout the years, so we might take a look at what made the early 3D platforming games.
I love these camera angles.
Analyze hit stops in fighting games to add a sense of impact to each attack. Or
here we got magic, we got a bow and arrow there.
Everything about the game without ever interrupting the fun. As a result, Second Stone has a bunch of different stuff you can really lose track of time with, be it exploring the world, tinkering with your build, doing another run in the roguelike temples, or just
roguelike temples
to play cards with the villagers.
And a card game? Okay, wow, these guys have kind of gone above and beyond.
Journey. It's been like chasing the silhouette of our dream game or something like that. And yeah, it's quickly becoming this pretty wild and refreshing cool game that we can't wait to share with all of you.
Yes. That's going to be special. Definitely getting like Zelda vibes. The combat, it reminds me a lot of Fable as well. You know, you got your magic, you got your melee, you got your bow and arrow. Second Stone, cool. Wishlist now. Yeah, wishlisting. If there was ever something I could tell you guys, it's to wishlist these games because it costs nothing and it really bumps up the games inside of Steam's massive algorithm, right? And if that helps them in a small way, then that's huge. It's huge. It means the world to them. That's really cool. You see the passion from the devs there. I love that. We need more games like that. Okay, this one's cool. Looks like a little League of Legends. But yeah, back to like Second Stone. That's something we badly need. We need to go back to those days of the PS2 and Xbox 360. And I like that. They talked about that, you know, a game that they would love to, you know, to make 20 years ago, but with modern graphics, modern controls. They mentioned action RPG. I mean, what does that mean these days? That's such a difficult thing, right? When you hear action RPG, you think Souls-like now. That's really not what it meant back in the day, you know. If you hear action adventure, you think of Uncharted and stuff, right? So it's a tough one. Next, Lacuna, how you doing? Cyber was sold at the card game. Yeah, oh my god, I was addicted to like freaking Yu-Gi-Oh growing up, and then Final Fantasy 8 and Triple Triad from Final Fantasy 9. Say less. And then obviously Queenstone from Final Fantasy 7 Remake was really cool. Oh god, see, this is why I move forward. Okay, see, I don't want to get any of the movies in there because I'll get the stream taken down. Yeah, this is the IGN
Sounds like a survival game.
Fan Fest, just showing off some indie games. How you doing?
Pokemon is pretty intense.
That's all we ever want, right? The old and a new set of paint. I guess. I know what you're kind of being as well, like with the nostalgia. It's a tough one, isn't it?
This massive database of Pokemon
you win and you lose when you chase the nostalgia. But compared to what we have today, my God, speak of the devil. The disaster, the graphical. How did Second Stone look way better graphically than the modern goddamn Pokemon? And that'll tell you. Pokemon's like the number 9, number 8 biggest, richest franchise right now in the world. Like in the world. It's insane. Greed. It knows no bounds. Now, we have a Pokemon Day coming up. They're celebrating the 10th anniversary. And if they don't step up it graphically and mechanically, I'm kind of done. Like, I just played the newest Digimon early last year, and it just blew it out of the water. It was like Pokemon collecting with Persona's kind of style. It was great. Now, these games are fun, but I won't lie to you. I think it was about 2 years ago at this point, it's that long ago, where I realized that every game had to have a farming aspect to it, or even an RPG. There was an RPG, a full JRPG with farming in it called Harvestella, and I was done at that point. Square Enix, oh, this is cool, you get to fly that? Okay, that's cool. This gives me a little bit of Subnautica in the sky. Skynautica. But just go back to the flying blimp thing. That was cool. But yeah, I don't know, these games are fantastic with friends. You know, I played Raft and I played a lot of games like that, but they have very varying fun on your own. It's just everything becomes huge. Solar Punk, that's nice. Nothing really punk about it, but yeah, Cyber Wave, Roca Play. Nice. The creators of Barotrauma. Nice. You know what series is interesting? The Pathological series. They pushed out like 3 games in like less than 5 years or something. It's just been mad. Look at this. This is a very like Siberia vibes. Looks like, or the Long Winter. Cool. Those are like survival and then move along with the train, is it? Definitely got that dark gritty thing going on. Make a dinner right before my partner gets home. Oh, make a mean seasoned taco. Nice. Tacos are great because they can cost very little to make, right? You know. Same with me and my chili. I make a batch of chili, and I'll get like days out of it. You know. Got a little Metro going on too. If you played the latest Metro Exodus, which was about a train, that's cool. Graphically, it's like they're going for that PS1 style as a layer. See, when it comes to these fan fest things, what happens is you fly through the games too fast, you know. I guess they want to talk about a few of those we saw, like Second Stone. Good stuff. Ooh, we will have plenty of time. Some of those games I will wishlist myself, and I'll keep an eye out for demos and things like that. We'll play them. Anything I can do to help them out. This looks fun. You notice, like, it's been many years now, but Phasmophobia, great game. For all it's done, though, it's redefined the multiplayer. Frost Trail, or Frost Rail, sorry, that looks like a T in the middle, that's my bad. I always get the name wrong. Frost Rail. The thing in the middle is a rail spike. A cult leader, oh my god, cult leader simulator. That's awesome. Must be, what's this, America simulator or something? No? Creepy. Dude, since when does the cult leader need an AK-47? Oh my god. Jim Jones or something. Good lord. Went from become a cult leader, nice western music, AK-47 on your back. What is that? Oh my god. Oh my god, this is random as hell. It's like GTA and Fallout had a baby.
And don't let your followers all die.
If this isn't made in like the PUBG engine, I'd be very surprised. Ghost cows. I love Pathological. Yeah, it's an interesting story, right? And they have Pathological 2 and 3 Lacuna. Isn't that fucking crazy?
It's just a lonely weirdo.
What's this? Is he going to turn his head completely around? Creepy. Yeah, it's a little Far Cry 5 for sure. Someone was inspired by that. What's it called? Fall? There we go. Oh, it's just called Join Us. Okay. I thought that was what it was telling us to do. I didn't know that was the name of the game. That's the name of the game, boss man. Join Us. Oh, this looks cool. I see a lot of little ship games thanks to Dredge.
Erased in a single night. Roads vanished. The city followed.
Oh, this is a bit like Flame and the Flood. Do you remember when I played? Yeah, probably not. It was a long time ago.
Cut off from any help. But ruins keep what
Flame and the Flood was this amazing Americana-style game. It was all set in the deep south. It was done with an original soundtrack by it was just gorgeous, and the concept of it was sort of like a roguelike, It's just you and your little doggy going between islands, trying to get whatever you can to keep moving while the music played. It's very fun. Flame in the Flood. It was made by a team called the Molasses Flood. And believe it or not, they're now working on the Witcher 1 remake. Good job. They got bought out by CD Projekt Red, so I wish nothing but the best for those guys. I'll never forget that the game. It was one of those early 2016, 2017 games. Cool! Oh, I love those fucking land drifters. Whoa. Nice. I like this art style. What's Jason? Is it a firefighter game? Kinda. I see a lot of cool firefighter games. He's like spraying ice or foam or something. Trying to save a child in here. This is so good. This kind of reminds me of I Am Alive. Do you remember that game? Little Ubisoft game. Post-apocalyptic world. You had no bullets in your gun. You had to bluff your way through the enemies. Whoa. So I'm no good at the building part. I really suck at it. I get like choice anxiety, placement anxiety. I don't engage with the building or the farming in games enough. That looked really cool. What the hell? They must be sponsored by them, man. Wait, what was the game called? We don't know. See? They forget to do this in the trailers. Bohemia Interactive. Speak of the devil. Bohemia, it's not Bohemia Interactive. Pretty sure they're connected to DayZ. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, DayZ. Told you. I know my shit. So this is a sort of Hytale Minecraft thing. Maybe this is Hytale, isn't it? I know they bought back their game recently and tried to relaunch it. I don't know, I think a lot of people are over just the voxel nature of these things. Diddle, diddle, diddle. Nice enemy varieties. I do play a lot of voxel games, I like it. Voxels are cube-based pixels. Diddle. I think IGN should at least pop up the logo or the name of the game if the devs don't do it. I'm sorry, it's the bare minimum you could do, IGN. Oh, that look cool. Some of the best use of voxels is the games I played. Echo Generation, they're working on a sequel right now, and Ravenlock, both great action adventure games set in a voxel world in the 80s. Everwind. Now, if you told me that was Hytale, I'd believe you. 17th of March. Nice. Don't know how much. Well, see, I think Bohemia are doing their own thing now. The original guy behind it went on to do his own company. It was called like Build the Rocket Boy or something. I don't think they were doing too well. They might be going into receivership. Turn to a Broken Land. Also, if I was IGN, I wouldn't be putting building games back to back, but I understand that's like every, 1 in 5 games probably have some building mechanics. This looks so good. Bellwright. Available on Steam, coming to console soon. Nice. I don't know how long these shows are, so I'll just let it roll until we can't. Have to skip past the movie stuff. Oh, here we go. Millions sold in early access. Nice. Going medieval. When you hear something like 1 million sold, 500,000, and then you've never heard of the game, it's like, damn, there's a whole world out there, boys and girls. Kind of reminds me of the old Settlers games. I used to love that. I assume you don't control the people, they do it themselves, do they? You command them? Yeah, there we go. It reminds me of the old Settlers games. Those were fun games. Bandit camps. I love this little panther at the bottom running all the way from early access to 1.0. I'm assuming they're about to announce 1.0. See, early access can be important to a lot of devs. Whoa, look at the mods already. I see a lot of games supporting mod support in the game itself. Talk about making it easy. Next up, 1.0. Very big moment. When you hear 1.0, that's the game officially launching the same way as we would buy a game on console, do you get me? Because I know it's a little bit difficult, all the jargon and speech between alpha, beta, and let's see, 1.0, played the demo on Steam now, 12th of March as well. So yeah, I feel bad for a lot of these indie devs because they're going to be just completely stuck in the middle of everything. I'm really desperately in need of a pirate game, and I'm like, do I wait for Black Flag Remake? I don't even know if it's real. There's a few other really great ones out there as well. There's one called Black Wake, and yeah, there's a couple of other ones, but pirate games should be around as much as zombie games and space games. It's a really cool idea, you know. Sea of Thieves is amazing in its own right, but never quite have, you know, what we want. We need like a pirate Souls-like or something. These games, a lot of them are trying to chase those old... This could be Black Wake. Chase those old Black Flag days. Seems pretty cool. Combat's got a little bit of a Souls-like to it. Damn, look at him go. Tortuga. Oh, did he actually build that himself? It's impressive. Yeah, it has a MMO quality to it, for better or for worse. Windrose, okay. Yeah, some of that naval combat looked a bit MMO, where you're just kind of beating away at a giant hellfire.
Usually, ninjas are all about stealth, lurking in the shadows, and generally trying their best to not be seen.
Unfortunately, that's not going to fly here at IGN Fan Fest. After all, it's a big, loud celebration all about drawing attention.
Yeah, Black Wake was another pirate game. Is that one first person?
Also,
yeah.
ninjas aren't the only things lurking
Multiplayer,
in the shadows here at Fan
naval
Fest.
FPS.
Later today, we'll be shedding light on new gameplay from Lego Batman Legacy of the
Yes, everyone laughs at me with this Lego Batman, but it's basically it's a new oh Jesus, it's basically a new Arkham game, believe it or not. Oh, this looks nice. Kick-ass ninjas. It's a little beat 'em up, is it? Mexican ninja, Jesus. Careful now. That's enough stereotypes for one day. Speaking of some interesting concepts, we have a Metroidvania coming out where you play. It's called like what's it called? Like Luchador. Yeah, Black Wake. Black. Some people have played it. I must ask them if it's any good. So many Metroidvanias, there's actual videos up that you can look at. You'd never run out of them. Mexican Ninja. Outside of the name being a bit so-so, that's pretty fun.
Fret not, we will be keeping our promise of showing you more on the upcoming Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight real soon in an interview with the developers of the game.
You didn't show us any.
Fan Fest 2026 right here on IGN. We need to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because there's lots more still to come. Stick around.
IGN Fan Fest is presented by HyperX.
Shut up. I'll never find the one I'm thinking of. Basically, it was like, maybe it was Matador. Yeah, maybe. Let's skip through all their ads. That's why I came back here a little bit. Oh, there's a squirrel with a gun. I have to be very picky with my Metroidvanias. There's too many.
Entertainment news with Geek Media Podcasts.
Welcome to a very special episode of IGN Game Scoop.
Game Scoop has you covered for all things gaming and the latest game releases.
We have some fun little upcoming news with Max Payne remakes, hopefully. We also have heard from the Blue Point guys, and you'll never guess, some very sad news that the three ideas they pitched to Sony was a remake of Bloodborne, which I had heard of. I wasn't blowing smoke up your arse. A remake for Jak and Daxter, or a remake for Resistance. And Sony said no, because apparently both Shadow of the Colossus and Demon's Souls remake did not earn back their money. There's a big misconception here, but Sony people do not buy games. I'm trying to tell people this, but Astro Boss, which won Game of the Year, sold less than 2.4%. So either people are just buying 6 or 7 PlayStation 5s. Yeah, I can't be showing the movie stuff. Come on now, Fan Fest, you're killing me. And we got some wrestling stuff. So yeah, I just don't think people have as much money these days, but still.
Alongside your daily work, main missions guide your journey and
I gotta start writing down the games I'm interested in. I'm very much about, like, I don't like to save their trailers because it shows too much, you know? Oh, yeah, there you go, yeah. While they're showing off that. Yeah, interesting. So the simulator genre has exploded. It used to be a fun idea, you know, or have its own series, you know, whether it was like the hunting simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, whatever it may be. Now it is a fully functional subgenre supporting itself. Sorry, I'm totally doing like 14 other things.
You can play our demo on Steam.
That pirate song stuck in my head. What is it about shanties, man? They get stuck in your head. Climb 2, volunteer. I'm just trying to. Mia. Oh, there we go. Mariachi Legends. Okay. Mariachi Legends. Alright, speaking of simulators. Right, well that's chilling there. We'll do a little bit of this and we'll look for... I'll show you Mariachi Legends. Do you remember a game called... I'm probably going to spell it wrong, am I? Mariachi. It's like Maria, is it? Maria... how would I know how to spell that? It was called was it Guacamole? Or... Yeah, like almost like guacamole, but it was guacamole. And they made 2 of them, or guacamole, whichever you want to call it. Made 2 of those games. They were super fun. They were done by Drinkbox. You could like turn into chickens and stuff. They were as much a platformer as they were Metroidvania. All right, here's a little bit of Mariachi Legends. This is a, as you can imagine, like we just saw, what was it called? Mexican Ninja, which seemed a bit like tongue-in-cheek and a bit stereotyping. This, on the other hand, looks like as if Hades had a baby with a mariachi legend and put it into a Metroidvania. Yes, please. So I'm going to play the bejesus out of this one. Look at the protagonist straight off the bat. Excuse me. Nice. Mariachi. Yeah, so I never knew it was mariachi. Nice. Pablo Cruz. There's so many Metroidvanias that have lost the Castlevania part and lost the Metroid part. They wait for something to raise the bar, which in the case is always Hollow Knight, right? And then when they do that, they're like, oh, we're just making something based on Hollow Knight. And it's like, we're so far removed from the original Metroidvania that I can't recognize anything anymore. Yum yum. Nice. Blue Point being shut down. Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous. So hearing that they were going to remake Bloodborne and Resistance and Jak and Daxter is disgusting. Sony are fools for that. Look at that! Holy Christ! Nice. Yeah, this looks far more faithful. Love the music as well. Sheesh. Love the UI. So this one is actually the release trailer. But this will be coming soon. The Latin American Games Showcase. Oh my. Mariachi Legends is coming. Oh, they just added Xbox and PS5. Thank you. Yo. It just says 2026. That's not a release date. I hate these annotations, man. They ruin everything. But, you know, shout out to the YouTubers that do this, but a lot of them have huge, you know, they're all kind of the same. They use the same stuff. But it'll be like, you know, top 20 Metroidvanias. Look at this one. Top 55 new Metroidvania games. Like, oh my god. As you can imagine, that I wouldn't be surprised at all. At all. There's some dark ones. Okay. I'm going to just mute that. Let's have a look at them. I don't really watch too many of these, but they exist out there. When I play enough Metroidvanias, I get recommended these kind of videos. A lot of them show up like Mio Memories in Orbit, which you saw me play. I have it on the rest of it on the YouTube channel. Basically, what I do is I'll there's a game I'm enjoying, or if it's something maybe I can't finish on stream, I will then pull it out into YouTube videos. Nice. Okay, some of this is. Oh, no, these are just the best of all time. Okay, I was thinking. So I know most of these. That's Blasphemous. The other one was okay, Dark is the Light. That's Mona. Interesting. But yeah, these are really cool. I did receive a couple of games you might play here shortly, which are very inspired by Little Nightmares and things like that. That one looks like as well, you know. Very nice. But these aren't upcoming ones. Most of these are just here. But I like the darkness of it. Maybe nice. Yeah, the beauty. See, this I wouldn't necessarily call this a Metroidvania then, but there is a bit of combat in it. You see the UI over the enemies kind of send it backwards a little bit. Now it looks like a little indie project, right? How's it going? Hello, Embers. How you doing? Hello, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday of the weakness. And Yuki as well. Lovely. Oh, how you doing today? A new show? Yes, we are messing around with a little bit of IGN's Fan Fest. Whipping out their Fan Fest. We're showing off some new games, and then I just wanted to show off some Metroidvanias. We looked at. Come on, god damn it! Google are like cracking down on.
Carve out a unique niche by masterfully.
Nice. They're like cracking down on me using Brave with no ads. So we showed off Mariachi Legends, which is a beautiful kind of nod to Latin America. And Metroidvania. So I'm not going to go through all of this. It's like almost an hour-long video, but it shows you that Metroidvanias are not just alive and well, they are thriving. And it's not just because of Hollow Knight either. These things have been... This looks amazing, like Cuphead. Oh my god. This one's called... I heard about this one, The Eternal Life of Goldman. I believe there's a demo for some of these. But if there's anything that grabs your fancy, please wishlist it. If there's anything I've ever asked of you guys, is wishlist these games. Because what it does, it costs nothing. Even if it's on PlayStation or Steam or whatever, and give it a wishlist. It's a simple click of a button. And what it does, it's kind of like liking a video. It raises up that game in the algorithm. So people, when they search or they're searching for, say, another game in that genre, that one will be bumped up in the search results. And it's so important. But yeah, this one, The Eternal Life of Goldman, kind of mixes Studio Ghibli and Cuphead, honestly, you know, like you can't deny that's just the issue with that kind of art style. I love his little wafting hair as he's moving around. This looks really fun. This is definitely an Ember style game as well, I can see. Oh, look at that little person. But yeah, we'll get back to I won't show all of the IGN Next Fest. It should call it the Ad Fest more like, because they're just constantly shilling products. I know they got to make money same as anyone else, but oh, Jesus Christ. What's this one now? This is a new one? This is End of Abyss. Okay, cool. Once again, they're great at making these videos and then don't tell you what the game's names are. I know the devs could be a bit more better with the name. More better. This looks like, look at this. It's freaking Little Nightmares with a gun. I love me some Metroidvanias, but I mean, I can't play them all, you know, it's an emerging genre. You could actually start your own YouTube channel or a Twitch channel just playing Metroidvanias. This looks amazing, the splitting characters. You got characters morphing and evolving as you shoot them like Resident Evil 4. Oh my god, I'm so playing this. End of Abyss. Nice. So yeah, the reason they do the IGN Fan Fest, it's basically their way of trying to take a little bit of some of the ideas from Steam Next Fest and make it into their own Fan Fest. But if it puts more eyes on the indie devs, I don't mind. Like, I'm not a big, you know, I don't really agree with anything IGN does, honestly, to tell you the truth. But if it's a small thing like that, then I'm okay with it. The same with Xbox. Xbox mess up a lot, but they have that what's it called? ID at Xbox. Basically, indie developers at Xbox program. And I thought that was really cool. This is nice. This kind of reminds me of those older platformers. Like, do you remember Thomas Was Alone? Oh my god, that game was fun. You were just commanding these shapes of different sizes, rectangles and squares, and they all had stories. This looks nice. Little dioramas, little D&D figures. This one is called, I think it said there for a second, Trisna. Nice. It got a little bit of a Super Ghost and Goblins vibe to it. Remember that little knight that would, when you get hit, you would be in your boxer shorts? How's everybody's day going? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, you excited? You excited? Amber's going to be playing some Dark Souls. She's going through some of the Souls-likes for the first time. And she is whooping booty. But, I mean, you made it through Elden Ring. Nothing's going to stop you. You like a good Metroidvania as well, don't you? You did a great job with Silksong. I know how hard it is to play them all as well, you know? I don't know if there's a single genre that's ultimately my favorite. You know, I really do love Souls-likes, and I play as many of them as I can, but I feel that fatigue the same as anyone. Instead of chasing new ideas, you find people going like, this is our Elden Ring, this is... Like, even Neo 3 was like, it's the same game, same enemies, and we just made it a bit more Elden Ring, and it kind of disappointed me a little bit. It's still a great game, you know. You still have a Porsche under the hood. Now you just got a bigger place to drive your Porsche around. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I just expected more. But honestly, if you want to see innovation from Team Ninja, play their other games. Play Wolong Fallen Feathers. Play Rise of the Rowan. That feels like innovation. Whereas Neo 3 was like, this is a no-brainer, easy cash-in. And they already made $1 million. I might still play him. Look at this guy, Warped Key. Damn. One of my favorites I played was Metroidvania Souls-like called Death's Gambit, and it was kind of pixel art, very, very nice, and they released this basically completely reworking of the game called Death's Gambit Afterlife for free, new bosses and everything. Now, I'll tell you how much I liked Death's Gambit. When I broke out all of the bosses into their own videos, I added my own music and stuff to it, so that'll tell you, like, when you put a little time and care with it. This looks nice as well. Reminds me a little bit of you know, some of those older cel-shaded games. I played a few Metroidvanias where I'm like, okay, I kind of seen everything I need to see. Like that After Image game was very nice, but after a couple of streams, I'm like, it was far too easy for one. So it's called Firebird. Sometimes they use a very unique font, which is eye-catching, but it's very hard to read. That looks nice, a little bit floaty. Nice. I know there's no audio in the video right now because I think someone's talking over it, so there's no need for that. Alright, this is another game. And you just went straight into it like that. No, is this still Firebird? Try to know. Some of them break them out into chapters and it doesn't quite do it. Damn, look at this. Dude looks like Edward, Full Metal Alchemist. But yeah, Mariachi Legend looks amazing. Grime 2 as well, if you've ever played those games. I don't know. It'll pop up here somewhere. Yeah, the next one's actually Grime. So this is a new game. That's not Firebird. This is called Eterna Lucia. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It's in Latin. This one's very fast. Sheesh. Oh my god. Does anyone say sheesh anymore? Probably not. I'm getting old. This looks nice. Kind of a mix of Ori meets like medieval badass. Yes, please. I love this. Now, such is the nature. I talked like about a lot of indie game devs where their first games do tend to be Metroidvanias, which I think is a crazy undertaking when you think of the concept of Metroidvania is basically a layered world, you know? You're going to build the first layer, then you're going to unlock a power, go back, and that's the second layer. Then you finish that, kill a few bosses, open up a new area, get new powers, that's the third layer. So basically a Metroidvania is the video game equivalent of lasagna. And that's very tough to do on your first game attempt, but my god, do they pull it off. A lot of them do. He's not even showing the game name there. That one, last one was called, geez, I couldn't even pronounce it. I'm so sorry. Eterna Lucia. Now, this is Grime 2. If you know the first Grime games, these are Metroidvanias, and you can imagine from the name, they're really grimy, slimy, kind of eldritch horror games, but there's a certain kind of visual quality that you just can't really find anywhere else. So this is their second game. I believe this one was like an early access or something, so I've been hearing about the name Grime 2 for what feels like a year and a half. Jesus, excited to get back into Dark Souls. Yes, ma'am, you got this, you little badass. Now you're getting into the real meat of the game. You're going to have everyone in chat pulling you all over the place, Ember, but you got this. They're going to tell you to go south. They're going to tell you to go down, inwards, outwards, upwards. But just do whatever you feel like. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a single Metroidvania where I'm saying like I don't really want to play that one. You know, there's just so many good ones. That was very interesting. See what he did there? So yeah, the enemy was spinning a blade around, creating invulnerability. So he grappled and damaged the upper layer and sent all these rocks down on top of him. These guys are very smart at what they're doing, and that's gross as hell. Grime 2. But yeah, so After Image was definitely not a bad game. But this one's called Ember Bane. So as you can see, she's got a little martial artist. She's command of the elements, like a certain airbender, right? I think this game might be made for Ember, actually. Yeah, Ember Bane, all one word. Gorgeous, gorgeous pixel art style. It's so fluid. How do these artists do this? And look at this platforming. Sheesh. I can do that. I swear I can do that in real life as well. My God, he's still going. That's in the same run. Wow. Some of the Mio members in Orbit platforming is like that. Love those wings. I saw that. Has anyone seen a trailer for Sperm, the video game? I swear to God. I think it's called, is it like Become or something? Let me see if I can find it. I'll just type in Sperm, the video game, and see what happens. My God, you get to... it's called Become, yeah. Become. I swear to God, ladies and gentlemen, I'm playing this on stream. It's not a dirty game. It's actually like a weird comedy game. But yeah, you're gonna...
starts
deep inside the balls!
one among millions.
This is a real video game. That's right. Oh my God, what are we doing here, lads? I'm gonna be that sperm. It's basically like that funny Disney Pixar movie called Come. Tiny indie adventure. With that tiny tail, you call yourself a swimmer? I dream of fallopian tubes. Metroidvania, very challenging genre. You're not lying. You are not lying. But it's so fun. It's very rewarding. I recently finished Neo Memories in Orbit. Very special, very special. Oh. Oh, no, not the socks. Dude, he was in the jizz sock. Look at this. He's got a sombrero on. Damn.
Where millions perished.
You've reached the egg. Become. If they were clever, I would have just called it BECUM. Because they would have got away with it because it's all one word. But yeah, there you go. That's called Become. I don't know when it's coming. Hopefully now. But that's an actual video game. I swear to God, it's a dead serious. That's dead serious. I'm sorry. I'm a simple man, and I think that's hilarious. There's something endearing about a sperm with glasses on. But yeah, if you've never seen it, people made this fake trailer for a Pixar movie called Cum, and it's just a drop of cum with a with a happy little face on it. This one's called Early Build. It's not finished yet. It hasn't arrived yet. Oh my God, I'm dead. Oh. But yeah, I'm gonna play the hell out of that. I'm gonna play that till my legs are weak, you know. I'm gonna play that till my balls are numb. All right, okay. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, I'm a child. All right, all right. Back to this little Ember's Bay. Yeah, I definitely play this one. So yeah, it was interesting. I was mentioning Guacamelee. They were such fun games. They were champions of the PS Vita at the time. They're really good. I don't know what Drinkbox are up to today. I think they might have closed down. I hope not. They were in line with Supergiant, you know, who made like Bastion, a little game called Hades, you know. But they used to make great games as well. Hades is great as well. But, you know, at the time, they're not propelled into the indie stardom that they are now. Bastion. Do you remember Transistor with the cyberpunk game with the talking sword? Nice. This is still Ember Vein, by the way. What an impressive game. Kind of reminds me of Death's Gambit. I wonder is it the same dev? That's something I wish these trailers would do as well. Like, don't be afraid. You know, we don't think you're being cocky. I want to know a bit more about your development studio. I look at the bosses in games, in Metroidvanias, and I'm like, I'm gonna die to him. I'm gonna die to this. This one's called Elusive. Kind of looks like Borrowers. Are we playing as a little person, or not a little person? Well, I mean, you know what I mean. A tiny little magical creature that's in a giant world. Elusive. I like that. Anyone remember the Borrowers, or maybe Oh God, what's her name? What's that Ghibli movie? The little one. I always want to say Thumbelina, but that's the old story. I always forget the name of that one. This looks really nice. Nice. Is it a Metroidvania? It's more like a little 3D action adventure. There's a little fake console. I like the art style. It's going, trying to invoke that PS1 style, and then turning of the tide. Yeah, get out of here, bots. Arietta, thank you so much. Thank you. I couldn't remember. I was getting my brain was locked in on Thumbelina. Thank you, Ember. I love that story. It's that's a little special one. Everyone has their favorite, right? Their favorite Ghiblis. You say Ghibli or Ghibli? I don't think it matters too much. I like little sardine cans. Yeah, I do love that movie. I know I should know its name if I love it so much, but we're watching 50 Metroidvanias while looking at Fan Fest. Trust me, my brain is a little addled. This is nice. It seems more enjoyable, kind of. I don't see the Metroidvania style of it. I think, as I said, as time goes on, even with Dark Souls, we have truly lost the meaning of every game genre, so don't feel too bad about it. I was speaking with some devs recently, and they were like, we don't know what even to name the game. You know, like some games will have 13 genres. And it's like, I understand. You're trying to cast the widest net, but it ends up making something quite hard to understand. Nice, this is cool. So this is called, they just jumped into another one. This one's Solitaria. It's kind of cute. Kind of cute little schoolboy. It reminds me of that little roguelike we played a while back. A little Ori in there as well. Little Ori. Seems a bit more kind of simplified, like even the UI. You know, when you see some of this stuff, not to be mean to them, but your first thing is like, that looks like a mobile game. So you have to be so careful with that stuff, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, you can play some very impressive games on your mobile phone. Play GTA. Solitaria. Nice. I'm not going to go through all this. It's an hour long. I just wanted to show some of these off for everyone. Well, here we go again. This one's called, was that Eden's Guardian? I think so. Yeah, Eden's Guardian. This has got little Dead Cells to it. I'm loving all these badass female characters. Yes, please. Hi, mommy. You sexy. Oh, yeah. Nice. And more pixel art. Pixel art has come leaps and bounds. I remember being so impressed by what would be considered simple and archaic pixel art by today's standards. I don't know how they're doing it. Unbelievable. Look at that. That's just pain right there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Help me. My booty is actually puckering just looking at that platform. I can't be right. Let's see if I can. Oh, well, here's one I want to check out. Well Dweller. So, if you've ever heard of a game called The Crypt Custodian, it's a beautiful little game. Kind of almost like a little crowy thing. So, this is his new game, Well Dweller. Well Dweller. Sounds like animal well, but it's not. Let me just scooch over there. I think he's a fairly famous developer these days. So people tend to bring his name up more than anything. But yeah, this one's pretty cute. Look, we're playing as a little crow. Yeah, Crypt Custodian and Islets. Very unique art style. Oh, hold on, okay, he's not actually talking through everything. Okay, good. We'll have a little bit of audio. But yeah, very, very nice. This little character's name, which is just perfect, is called Glimmer. Now this is a Metro-ass-vania, if you know what I mean. Hang out with your friends? Oh, Egbert. Oh, that's cute.
Hi, everybody. I'm Egbert. How you doing?
It's, yeah, Kyle Thomas. I don't know much about him, but seems very, very big in the industry. But yeah, Crypt Custodian, Islets. He also did that Sheepo game. Very unique art style. Now he's having his hand at a Metroidvania. I will say that looks a little bit floaty, but sure, look, that's the nature of the art. Very nice. Well Dweller. I think that one's coming out. The next game is actually the one I wanted to show again real quick. Was Mariachi Legend. Look at this. This is Nightmare Fuel. Jesus Christ. Well Dweller. Alright, this one. Pixel. This is Mariachi Legends I was talking about. This one's more Castlevania than Metroidvania. Well, you know, that's the OG. How are you all doing today? I appreciate you hanging out. Reminds me of Little Nightmares. Yeah. Little of Night by Ubisoft. I don't remember that one. This guy's using horrific music. I swear that was not the music we had a minute ago. Jesus Christ, they're putting Pink Panthers. We're not knowing Pink Panthers, but come on, lad. It's throwing me off. Alright. Yeah. So that one looks... I love the style. I love the use of colours. I love that it's kind of trying to be authentic to Latin American culture instead of being stereotyping. We just saw something called Mexican Ninja, and I'm like, Jesus, lads, you managed to insult 2 cultures at once. That's impressive. Look at that UI as well, gorgeous. This is a game also just screams to be played as well. Nice, all of the enemies are like different Spanish names. Punis the Cobra. Why does all the baddies? Look at that giant lady with the booba, and you're like, I'm supposed to fight her. And here we go. This is a big one I've been waiting for. Crow Sworn. So this is basically a mix of Bloodborne meets Hollow Knight, playing as this plague doctor, very V for Vendetta, and it's all about shooting, baby. Yeah, and you got some very, very nice platforming as well. Now this one, I've been following this one with the team for a few years now, and they were so scared of Hollow Knight Silksong's release date. They're like, oh my god, it's trampling over everything. But I think as time goes on, they realized that the best bet is to use that time. They probably wanted to launch around the time of Hollow Knight Silksong, and they're using that time wisely now to perfect it. As you can see, it's speed, precision, really nice art style. At first glance, the art style kind of, it might take a little second to get used to. It's the careful use of hand-drawn art style with the shading, which basically separates it from, your average Hollow Knight, I don't know, clone, I guess. As I said, when a game comes along and raises a genre beyond like the benchmark of what you're used to, what ends up happening is everyone bases their new games on that, That's why everyone wants to make the new Breath of the Wild instead of the new Skyrim, do you get me? It's the same concept, but now someone has raised the game and raised the bar, and that's what the new thing is. So this is Akatori, I think I might have a review code for this one. It might be worth playing. It looks very nice. I love, once again, under cool little, beautiful backgrounds. A cool little female protagonist. I tend to kind of gravitate towards the female characters. I don't really mind either way. I'm not fussed ever. I try and, like, if I have character creator choices, I kind of go male, female kind of thing. I don't really mind. My thought process is it's not about the gender. It's about, like, you get sick of looking at angry dudes the whole time. I played games for many, many years, and it was a thing where wasn't too many female characters either until Lara Croft came along. Here's the Bloodstain. It just says Bloodstained on it, but this is actually Bloodstained 2, and it's going to work as a sequel. Now, I know they have Bloodstained and then Bloodstained Curse of the Night, which was a smaller style project. It doesn't count as Bloodstained 2. But yeah, these guys are, it's a team that's based with the original Igavanian, Igasani. He's the man, right? He's the original Castlevania creator. So these games sort of get special treatment. For a while they were not successful because he went down the Kickstarter role, and a lot of Kickstarter, basically what ends up happening, if you're lucky, it just gets the game made barely. But sure, the team is now in a desperate way where it's like, we need a million people to go out and play the game, right? Well, yeah, obviously it's been a huge success. He's done like D-makes, he's done smaller pixel art style games. This one, you've got a lovely nod to the DS. I'm definitely sensing the DS Castlevania games like Aria of Sorrow, some great Portrait of Ruin, some great games, not talked about enough. We all love our Symphony of the Night, but it's not as if Castlevania died after that. So this one, you've got multiple characters you can control. Just having a little munchies. Very nice. Okay, that's a little bit of Bloodstained 2. I think it's called the Scarlet Event or something. It has a strange name. Scarlet Engagement. There we go. All right, let's go back to the Fan Fest and see what's going on for a little minute. All right, what's this? I'll be careful not to show off the movie stuff. Is there a new Adventure Time game? No, this guy's they're showing off a movie. I know that dude from Better Call Saul and Nobody. Is he showing off Nobody 2 or Nobody 3? These kind of old actor revenge stories are great, man. Liam Neeson, like, saved his career over that. Is it John Wick? Okay, better not show that, man. I can't be showing movies now. Come on, Fan Fest. Dude. What the fuck? Did I see Conor McGregor? Dude, how much time did they give to these actors? This is the part I hate. This is not a Fan Fest at all. Where's the games? Dude, they're still talking. That's 15 minutes.
We can't go anywhere in here. But it's both, and so you got the stove, you got drawers.
Let's go back and see, did I miss anything? It's now caught up.
Shelving you can pull out. We need
Street Fighter, okay, no.
Character anymore doesn't ruffle my feathers too much, but with so much knowledge to have to know with this character, That's the part I'm worried about. I mean, I'm
Bum,
getting
bum,
all
bum,
in the
bum.
head numerous times. Is it gonna head numerous times? Is it gonna even stick? Am I gonna be able to like retain all this information? I don't know. I can kind of be a slow learner at times with fighting games, so I will main Alex and I will be good with them, but I just don't know if I'll be good with them real soon.
So I think this guy is doing the motion capture for.
Locations to
Here we
discover
go.
new things and protect the city.
Hell yes! Here's some Lego Lego Batman. Yeah.
Doing the testing now, it's fantastic to hear.
I can't really show any of the movie stuff because Twitch will. So you just feel like Batman. Did she really say that? Did she not know there's a meme from IGN where they're like, you feel just like Batman? Alright, all jokes aside, this is basically a new Arkham Batman game in Lego. I've been using this as a meme, and poor Ember in the chat there, I've actually been really goofing with her. Basically like, you playing Lego Batman? When are you playing Lego Batman? But as you know, like, Warner Brothers have been going through a lot of crap on their own, you know, idiot moves, basically. Trying to join up with Warner Brothers Discovery, having that fall apart. And now they're trying to join up with somebody else. And so a lot of their game projects suffer. Gaming is always the first to get hit with the budget stuff instead of the CEOs. So we haven't had a new Batman Arkham game since 2015. That's 11 years ago. So it's kind of sad, right? So we got Gotham Knights, which is so-so. We got Suicide Squad, which pretty much killed Rocksteady. So along comes the legend at TT Games. Now, TT Games are a UK-based dev. They were known as Traveller Tales before that. And before they became the Lego studio, they used to make incredible, beautiful little PS1, PS2 adventure games. Just amazing. Now, their Lego stuff is nothing to be snuffed at. I don't know what age you are, but you know, before there was Minecraft, there was Lego, and I definitely had played a few of them over the years. They're great to play no matter what age you are. And yeah, there we go. A little bit of so this one is I didn't really show it too well there, I guess, but it's a whole open world Gotham. The combat's going to be like the Arkham games. You're going to have a lot of tough enemy encounters. The counter system is back. It's all there. I'm not going to play it again. But yeah, I'm not sponsored by Lego Batman. I wouldn't mind if I was. But it'll be fun. For all the joking aside, I think it's actually going to be a banger of a game. Nice. So there's a bit more of Crimson Desert. When you look at it like that, it looks like he just threw his horse off the edge. But yeah, I think I'll yeah. No Lego Batman. There she is. There she is. I'm sorry. It's becoming a running joke. Trust me, I'll have you playing it. I'll have you playing it. After last game, Rocksteady got problem. Yeah, they do. It's their own fault. They chased the live service. I think that's the end of the Fan Fest anyway. It's probably for the best. Dude, what was everyone's takeaway? The sperm game? Yeah. Gotham Knights was good. Yeah. I don't understand the hate. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I've got many people onto that game, for better or for worse. Because I enjoy it. Like, what it's going for, I understand they had to rip out a lot of the live service stuff, and it has affected the game. There's no doubt about that. It is what it is. But, you do what you can, right? Let's see. I liked playing as Batgirl because she retained a lot of the Arkham stuff, you know, the gliding and that, but everything else was very interesting. And then there was like Batman Arkham Annihilation that didn't really mean much. I believe they're working on a new one. And then we had the VR games, Arkham Shadows, and I'm like, can we just come up with some kind of a way to turn these VR games in with controller support after a certain amount of time, you know? I think we can all agree that we'd love to play Half-Life Alyx, which is like a pseudo sequel after like 20 years, you know? Alyx being one of the amazing female main characters from, and sort of a love interest for the legendary Freeman, Gordon Freeman. And she was really cool. And that VR game was extremely impressive. And now, before we go, like, how would you work out a controller with VR? The modders have already done it. There is official mods out there that you can use controller support with it. But see, it's such a unique game where you're picking up stuff and you're messing around, throwing around and throwing your gun around. I don't know how much that would work. It's tough. But I feel like slowly but surely we're coming back thanks to indie devs, we're coming back to those glory days of the Xbox 360. I mean, look at that game, Second Stone. That's brilliant. That's exactly what we need. Like, how many of us would love Jak and Daxter to come back? And it's never going to happen. And that's how I feel about a lot of games. I'm never going to get this remake or that remake. So you know what I do? We reach into the amazing creative pool of indie devs, and you will find a game that not only invokes that nostalgia and the exact remake of a game you're looking for, but it does it one better, because they too love that game. They've learned from it, and now they want to have a crack at it themselves. It's really good. I'm so passionate about indie devs, man, because I think if you know, a video game crash happened tomorrow and we lost every AAA dev, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We would survive. We could live on and have people. It'd be like the difference of, you know, you always shop at this one store, even though it's expensive, even though they treat you like crap, and tomorrow they go bust and you have to try all these mom and pop shop around town or around your city, and then you realize that these are lovely, heartwarming people, passionate people that just want you to have fun, or just want to serve you the best possible products, right? Instead of